Sarah was 3 days away from payday, staring at her bank account, completely confused about where her money had gone. She made decent money, enough to be comfortable, but somehow she was always just squeaking by. One afternoon, she typed her monthly expenses into ChatGPT and asked it to help her find the leaks. 45 minutes later, she had a real budget, a savings plan, and for the first time in years, she actually understood her own finances. That could be you this week. Here is what is happening right now, and it is genuinely exciting. Artificial intelligence, the same technology powering tools like ChatGPT, has gotten good enough that it can help regular people do things that used to require hiring an expensive professional. We are talking about budgeting, debt planning, savings strategies, understanding your bills, all of it. A few years ago, if you wanted personalized financial guidance, you needed a financial advisor, and those can cost hundreds of dollars per hour. Most people just winged it. Now you have a free tool in your browser that can walk you through your finances like a patient, knowledgeable friend who never judges you and is available at 2 in the morning. This is not about robots running your life. This is about giving everyday people access to something that used to be reserved for the wealthy. That is the whole point of tools like this. If you want to keep learning how AI can work for you in real, practical ways, make sure you are subscribed to Stack Future. We put out new videos every week, and this community is growing fast. Most people have never had a real budget. Not because they are bad with money, but because building one from scratch feels overwhelming and honestly pretty boring. This is exactly where ChatGPT becomes your best friend. Here is what you do. Open ChatGPT. The free version at chat.openai.com works perfectly for this. Then you are going to type out your basic financial situation. You do not need to be super detailed at first. Something like this works. I make about $3,800 per month after taxes. My rent is $1,200. I spend roughly $400 on groceries, $150 on utilities, $200 on my car payment, and about $300 on subscriptions and eating out. Can you help me build a simple monthly budget and tell me where I might be overspending? That is it. Just talk to it like you would talk to a friend. ChatGPT will organize everything, calculate your percentages, and usually flag things you did not even notice. It might point out that your subscription costs seem high and ask if you want to review them. It might suggest you are spending a bigger slice of your income on food than most financial guidelines recommend. The key thing to understand here is that ChatGPT works best when you give it real numbers. Rough estimates are fine to start, but the more honest you are about your spending, the more useful the advice gets. Think of it like going to a doctor. The more accurate information you give, the better the diagnosis. You can also ask follow-up questions right there in the same conversation. Ask it to show you a version of your budget broken down by week instead of month. Ask it what would happen to your savings if you cut your eating out budget in half. It will recalculate everything instantly. This alone, just getting a clear picture of where your money is going, changes everything for most people. Debt is the thing that keeps a lot of people up at night, and it is also the thing nobody wants to talk about out loud. With ChatGPT, you do not have to talk to anyone. You just type. There are 2 popular strategies for paying off debt, the avalanche method and the snowball method. Quick explanation. The avalanche method means you pay off your highest interest debt first, which saves you the most money over time. The snowball method means you pay off your smallest balances first, which gives you psychological wins and keeps you motivated. Both work. The best one is the one you will actually stick to. Here is how to use ChatGPT to figure out your personal plan. Type something like this. I have 3 debts. A credit card with a $2,400 balance at 22% interest, a personal loan with $5,000 at 11% interest, and a car loan with $8,000 at 6% interest. I can put an extra $200 per month toward debt. Can you show me the avalanche and snowball payoff plans side by side and tell me how long each will take? ChatGPT will map it out for you. You will see exactly how many months each approach takes, how much interest you will pay in total, and how much money the avalanche method could save you. It turns an overwhelming pile of numbers into a clear, visual plan you can actually follow. You can also ask ChatGPT to help you write a negotiation script if you want to call your credit card company and ask for a lower interest rate. That is a real thing people do, and it works more often than you think. Just ask, "Can you help me write a polite script to call my credit card company and ask for a lower APR?" It will write it for you word for word. Vague goals do not get funded. "I want to save more money" almost never works. "I want to save $3,000 for an emergency fund in 9 months. That is something ChatGPT can help you build a real plan around. This is one of the most underrated ChatGPT tips for personal finance. You can give it a goal, a timeline, and your current situation, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do each month to get there. Try typing something like this. "I want to build a $2,500 emergency fund in the next 8 months. I currently have $400 saved. After my fixed expenses, I have about $600 left over each month, but I always seem to spend it. Can you help me create a realistic savings plan and give me some strategies to actually stick to it?" ChatGPT will calculate the monthly savings target, help you think about automating transfers so the money moves before you can spend it, and often suggest small practical adjustments, like rounding up purchases to the nearest dollar to build savings passively, or identifying 1 or 2 spending categories where you could redirect cash toward your goal. It will also help you think through multiple goals at once. Planning a vacation, saving for a car, down payment, and building an emergency fund all at the same time. Ask ChatGPT to help you prioritize and allocate your extra money across all 3. It is like having a personal finance spreadsheet that can also explain itself and answer your questions. One important reminder: ChatGPT is a thinking tool, not a licensed financial advisor. For complex situations, investments, taxes, retirement planning with a lot of moving parts, always loop in a qualified professional. But for everyday budgeting and saving, this tool is genuinely excellent. This one does not get talked about enough. A huge reason people feel lost with money is that financial language is deliberately complicated. APR, compound interest, debt-to-income ratio, net worth, these terms get thrown around constantly, and most people quietly nod along without fully understanding them. ChatGPT is one of the best tools ever created for decoding this stuff in plain English. Anytime you get a financial document, a loan offer, a lease agreement, a credit card terms page, you can paste a section into ChatGPT and ask it to explain it like you are 12 years old. Try this prompt. "Can you explain what APR means and how it actually affects how much I pay on a credit card if I carry a balance month to month? Give me a simple example with real numbers." You will get a clear, jargon-free explanation with an example that actually makes sense. You can do this with anything. Explanation of your pay stub deductions, your health insurance options during open enrollment, a mortgage disclosure form. Whatever financial document is confusing you right now, paste it in and ask for a plain English breakdown. This is one of the most powerful AI money tips available to regular people right now, because being able to understand what you are signing or agreeing to puts you in an entirely different position than most people. Knowledge is leverage, and ChatGPT makes it accessible to everyone, not just people who went to school for this. Using free ChatGPT this way, as a financial translator, could genuinely save you from costly mistakes. Here is the single most important thing to take away from today. You do not need to have it all figured out before you start. You just need to open ChatGPT, be honest about your numbers, and start asking questions. The tool does not care how messy your finances look right now. It just helps you build a path forward. Sarah went from financial fog to actual clarity in one afternoon. That is not magic, and it is not luck. It is just knowing what tool to use and being willing to have the conversation. Start with one thing today. Build a budget. Map out your debt. Set one savings goal. Pick the thing that has been weighing on you and just ask ChatGPT to help you think it through. You might be surprised how quickly things start to feel manageable. Next time, we are covering how to use AI to level up your career, from writing a better resume to preparing for job interviews. And you are going to want to see that one. If this helped you out today, hit that like button. It helps more people find this channel and learn about AI. We will see you in the next one.